All right, folks, good morning. We're live on live stream, and today's docket is April 21, 2022. And I'm waiting for, you want to bring Daniels? Hmm?
Good morning, Your Honor. How you doing? I
Yes.
apologize.
No, sir, no problem. Good morning, Mr. Daniels.
Good morning. How's everything going on down there in Edinburgh?
Pretty good, pretty hot, but we're doing good here. We're surviving.
I was just thinking I hadn't been to your court. I've been down there probably about a year and a half to 2 years at this point. Did they finish all the construction around your courthouse?
Yes, they did. We're about to go in there sometime in July.
Oh, that's
July,
good.
and we're going to start occupying the place in July. Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
So hopefully everything will be fine, and we're going to be doing better. And because that courthouse is more than 60 years old, and it's falling apart.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Where are you from, Mr.? Where are you calling from, Mr. Daniels?
I'm calling from Houston.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Will you be doing the default judgment hearings?
Yes, sir. I have 20 that are on your docket for this morning.
Okay. You have 20. I have 19, but that's close enough.
Okay. Well, hopefully, and you know what I think? One of those cases, I was kind of looking. I think one of them might already have a judgment on it, but I'm not sure.
No. I forgot. I had a third page. There are 20. You're correct. There are 20. There are 20. In fact, there's two defendants that are on the screen right now, and we're going to talk to them and see if we can ask them what's going on.
We can start with the first page. They're connected.
Okay.
Connecting.
Okay. Jaime Cantu is connecting. He's having problems connecting.
This one's not connected.
Antonio Flores is also trying to connect. So I'm going to get started. And once they get connected, I will jump into the. So basically, there's only like two live defendants that are here. Everybody else looks like they didn't show up. So once they're connected, we'll bring them on.
Okay. Sounds good.
I don't know if Rick can send them a message.
Yeah.
I might have to disconnect them and they have to log on again.
Okay. Well, how about right now? There's time we can do that.
It doesn't have the two little things here. There's
Okay.
No audio.
Okay.
Audio hearing.
No audio on both of them. All right.
We can start with number 2.
All right. Here we go. Court will start with the April 21, 2022 docket. And number 1 here, CL 18-0546D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Belinda Martinez. I understand Martinez made a phone call this morning to the court, whereby she advised the court that there was a late agreement that was reached yesterday, and where she's going to be paying $751 in full. So it looks like we have an agreement on the first one, Mr. Daniels.
Okay, and you said that's Belinda Martinez?
Yes, sir. Belinda Martinez, CL 18-0546D. We'll take no action today.
Okay. Let me see.
Okay, there you are, Mr. Cantu. All right, Mr. Cantu. Good morning, sir.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Quítese la gorra, señor Cantu.
No, claro.
¿Quién es el? Okay. Let me see here. What number 12?
¿Quién es? ¿Usted es Jaime?
Yo soy Jaime Cantú Ortiz.
I am Jaime Cantu Ortiz.
Okay, Mr. Daniels. Number 12. My number 12. CL 18-3703D. Crown Asset Management LLC, assignee of Citibank versus Jaime Cantu Ortiz. Mr. Cantu, have you been negotiating with anybody with this case?
Señor Cantu, ¿usted no ha estado en negociación con la tarjeta de crédito con la compañía que usted le debe dinero?
Es que aquí en el papel que me mandan me dice que le debo a Best Buy.
Right, that was the old
credit card. The paperwork that I have here they tell me that I owe Best Buy.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Your Honor, I think that's one of those situations. And I do understand Mr. Cantu's position. Well, is it Mr. Ortiz or Mr. Cantu?
Mr. Cantu Ortiz is my last name, Ortiz.
Ortiz.
Okay. Okay, Mr. Ortiz. Yeah, I think I understand what he's saying, because a lot of time, these accounts are sold from the original creditor, and even though the original creditor was Best Buy, but then Crown Asset purchased it. I think that's probably part of the confusion. He probably didn't even Mr. Ortiz probably didn't even know what Crown Asset is, because they keep selling these accounts to other people.
Okay. You want to explain it?
Yeah. Por favor.
Okay. Mr. Cantu,
lo que pasa es que esta compañía de Crown Asset le compró la cuenta de Best Buy. Las notas. Por eso es que ahora Crown Asset lo está demandando por la cuenta que usted le debe a Best Buy.
Yeah.
Está bien, pero es que nunca me mandaron un papel donde pueda yo comunicarme con ellos para hacer un trato, nada.
Es que they never send me any paperwork where I can call and maybe try to negotiate something.
Well, what we can do today, because you appeared in person, is go ahead and give you a phone number from the people that you can talk to. And Mr. Daniels, do you have that number?
Agarre una pluma para que anote
the number I have is, in fact, I'm going to give him a couple. Well, I'm going to give him a number and then also an email.
El nombre que le diga, con el que hablamos.
Okay. 262.
262.
Ahorita, señor, ahorita. No esté hablando, por favor. Yo se lo repito ahorita.
Claro.
Okay, 262.
796.
796.
7881.
7881.
And then email that's for this account would be EFENNELL, and then it's @ and then it's RSIEH.com.
EH.com.
El número, señor, ¿tiene algo para anotarlo?
Sí.
Es 262, el área.
262.
796.
796.
78.
78.
81.
81.
Lo que va a hacer la corte es que hoy no va a tomar acción, le va a dar tiempo a usted para que se comunique con este número, a ver si puede llegar a un acuerdo, para poder llegar a un acuerdo en el pago.
Mr. Daniels, do you happen to have the file number?
Yes, sir, I sure do.
Y le voy a dar el número del expediente.
The file number that they go by is 311-2003.
El expediente, el número del expediente de usted es 311 2003.
Ándale.
03.
Cuando usted se comunique con ellos, usted le da ese número de expediente para que puedan localizar la cuenta de usted.
Ok, ¿puedo alegar algo?
No, ahorita la corte ya no va a tomar acción. Usted necesita comunicarse con ellos para poder, a ver si usted puede arreglar algo. Y si no se puede arreglar nada, entonces ellos van a archivar otra vez esta moción y se le va a mandar notificación y usted se tiene que presentar otra vez.
Sí, lo que pasa es que yo perdí trabajo.
Ok,
eso pensé que era corte. Y pregúntele a mi demandante que si le dice algo el nombre de Frank Rodríguez. Es con el que estoy hablando para hacer un deal y no me contesta, no me da nada para
usted
atrás.
hable a este número que le acabo de dar ahorita.
No contestan.
Cualquier persona que le conteste es la persona con la que tiene que hablar.
Ok, voy a regresar la llamada esta que tengo. ¿Verdad? Y pues, ¿qué más hago? Yo he tratado, estoy en disposición de pagar. Yo no quiero estarles debiendo ni nada.
¿Qué número estaba usando antes?
Es 866 769 685.
Ellos quedaron de regresar la llamada.
6685.
Yes.
Señor quedó de regresar la llamada.
Ya, la extensión es 347.
Extension 347.
Y el name que me contestó el guy es Frank Rodríguez.
All right.
O sea, no me
Mr.
puede-
Daniels, he's telling the court that he has been calling a number. It's 866-769-6685, extension 347. And he has been speaking with a gentleman by the name of Frank Rodriguez. He was supposed to call him back and he never returned his call. The court is advising him. We've given him the new number to try to call that number to see if he can speak with someone.
Okay, yes, ma'am. And just to let the court know, I do understand what Mr. Ortiz is saying. Sometimes it's difficult to get in contact with him, so I do believe what he's saying. Sometimes people, you would talk to them, they don't call back, so that definitely sounds right. And if Mr. Ortiz, what I would suggest is that if Mr. Ortiz would certainly log when he's contacting him so he can inform the court that he's done his part. And then, when it comes, if it comes back up, he can only say, I've done what I could on that.
Okay.
Señor Ortiz, lo que el señor Daniels le sugiere a usted es de que usted haga un expediente y anote la fecha que usted llamó, la hora que usted llamó, y si le contestaron o no le contestaron y con quién habló. Y si no le contestan, vuelva a intentar otra vez. Y si no le vuelva a intentar otra vez, usted tiene que hacer un récord de que usted está haciendo su parte en comunicarse con ellos. Así
Claro
si no llega a un acuerdo y hay corte otra vez, entonces esa es su prueba de que usted está haciendo esfuerzo para arreglar algo y no le contesta. ¿Okay?
Sí, es que no tenía ni un número. De hecho, yo fui hasta la tienda a ver si me daban un número o algo para comunicarme con la compañía.
Sí, no, ahí las tiendas no tienen nada que ver con esto.
O sea, nada, ¿cómo me voy a poner en contacto si no tengo un número de la compañía?
Bueno, ya tiene el número y ya tiene el número del expediente. Hable y ojalá que pueda comunicarse con alguien.
Perfecto.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
La corte no va a tomar acción hoy. Gracias.
All right, gracias.
Gracias
Buen día.
a ustedes.
Bye-bye.
Gracias a ustedes. Pasen un buen día.
Igualmente. And then we have Mr. Antonio Leal Flores.
Number 14, Mr. Daniels, CL 184097D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Antonio Leal Flores, number 14, CL 184097D. And I have him here. Mr. Flores, good morning.
Buenos días, señor Flores. Necesita oprimir el botón para sonido, por favor.
Yeah, you need to.
Hay un botón en la mano izquierda.
You need to unmute.
Es como un micrófono. There you go.
There you go.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning. Mr. Flores, have you been in contact with anybody regarding this account?
Spanish?
Sure.
Señor, ¿habla usted con alguien tocante a esta cuenta?
¿De qué se trata? No sé primero de qué se trata esta cuenta.
I don't know what it is. First, I want to know what account this is.
Okay, Mr. Daniels, do you know this one? This is another credit card or?
Yes, sir. I was just looking at. Here we go. I was looking at Lorena Flores. That's what I was. Let me, Mr. Oh, I see it, Mr. Antonio. Yes, sir. Let me see what kind of account this is, Your Honor. This account. This is a Synchrony Bank account, which appears to be. I think this is a Walmart card, Your Honor, but this is a Synchrony Bank, which is the original creditor. The account was opened up in April of 2016. It was closed in June of 2016, and then Synchrony Bank signed it off in August of 2017, Your Honor. I'm sorry, the account was opened on May 12th. And the last payment occurred on April 18th of 2016. The account was open on May 12th of 2015. So the account was open about 11 months. And then the last payment was April 18th, Your Honor, of 2016.
Esta es una tarjeta de crédito de Walmart, de Synchrony Bank. Usted abrió esta cuenta en mayo del 2015. Y estuvo abierta la cuenta como 11 meses. La última vez que se dio un pago fue en abril del 2016.
Tarjeta de Walmart.
Una tarjeta de crédito.
De crédito no tengo. Yo tarjetas. Nomás tengo la del banco mío.
Okay, he said he doesn't have that one. ¿Otra tienda? ¿No tiene otra tienda?
¿Mande?
Como, no tiene de otra tienda como Dillard's or
No sé nada de
Target.
eso.
No le firmó,
La de Walmart.
no le firmó usted tarjeta a alguien y alguien la estaba usando al nombre de usted, que usted le haya firmado a alguien.
No, por eso yo reporté la tarjeta cuando se me perdió.
¿A cuál? La tarjeta del banco de ahorita. Ellos están hablando de otro año para atrás. Esto, la tarjeta del banco se te perdió hace una semana.
Pues sí, pero yo no.
Ellos están hablando del año 2016.
No, yo no tengo tenido tarjeta nunca.
Mira, escuche, que una tarjeta de Walmart o a alguien que le firmaste algo, tú una tarjeta.
No.
¿A Rogelio? ¿No le firmaste nada?
No, tampoco.
Well, it's a card from May.
Bueno, es una tarjeta de 2015 de Walmart, de Synchrony Bank, y esta compañía compró esa tarjeta. So ellos están diciendo que se debe dinero.
Well, you know what? Let me give him the phone number so they can talk to them and see what to tell them that it's not him. It's just, you know.
And Judge, I'm taking notes. And what year was this? On 2015?
Yeah, May 2015 through April 18th, 2016.
Yeah, they were open on May 12th of 2015.
There it is.
And then the last payment was on April 18th of 2016.
And
the account was closed on June 13th of 2016.
Okay. Is it going to be the same phone number, Mr. Daniels?
Yes, sir. It sure will.
You have a file number?
The file number is 318-8857.
318-8857. Okay.
Yes,
It's the same number. Well, Mr. Flores, we're going to give you a phone number and the file number so you can contact them and see what they tell you.
Señor Flores, le vamos a dar un número de teléfono y el número del expediente para que se comunique con ellos.
Okay,
did you write it down, sir?
I'm ready to write it down, ma'am.
Okay.
That area code is 262?
262.
796?
796.
78?
78.
81.
81.
And the file number is 318?
Give me a second. File number 318.
88?
88.
57.
57. Okay,
right.
This is regarding a Walmart card, or it's not like a dealership, something like that?
No, it's a credit card.
And when you say Walmart, Synchrony Bank is actually who did it, but they work through Walmart. So Synchrony Bank is actually who's the original owner, but it's a Walmart. It goes through, but it was done for Walmart.
So do you know the account owed on this?
The amount?
The amount?
Yeah, what's the amount?
Let me see it. Let me get that for you. The amount is $1,781.28.
1781.28. Yeah, when you talk to them, just ask them information, you know, and go back and forth, see if it's really you or not.
Okay,
They
sir.
can also give them signatures and
We'll
open
do
the
that.
account.
And they can even show you perhaps signatures of who opened the account and all that kind of stuff. So keep trying with them. See if you can work it out with them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If there's another court here in the future, we'll let you know.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.
And then we have somebody under iPad. She needs to identify
All
herself.
right. We have an iPad. Yes, ma'am.
You need her name?
Let me see. What is your name, ma'am? You need to unmute.
Hello?
Hello? Yes, ma'am. Your name?
Yes. Marisa Palomo.
Marisa Palomo.
Okay.
Number 5. All right, number 5. Ma'am, have you been talking to anybody about this account?
No, this is
Yep.
the first letter I get.
Uh-huh.
And I just got this a few days ago. So I wanted to hop on really quick to see what this was about.
Okay. Okay, we'll give you a phone number so that you can.
Okay.
Mr. Daniels, is it the same phone number? I'm sorry,
Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Daniels. CL18.
Yes, sir. It's the same phone number.
Okay,
And
CL8.
I have a file number as well, Your Honor.
All right, give me the phone number.
The file number is 300-8575.
300-8575. That's the file number. How about the phone number, right?
The
The
phone
phone
number.
number. Yeah, I
The
got it. Same one, right?
Yes,
262.
sir. That 262-796-7881.
Did you get it, man?
Okay, 262.
796-7881.
Okay.
But did you get the file number as well? 300-8575.
Yes.
All right. You may want to give him a call and see what it is this is about, like you said, and try to work it out.
Okay.
Today we'll take no action. And if we do have a court in the future, we'll let you know.
What store is this, or what is it about? Does it say anything?
Okay.
What I can see is just a department store national bank. So it was some kind of, I'm not sure exactly what particular store this was attached to, but it was some kind of a account that was taken out at a store.
Yeah. What happens is I'll have a credit card from Dillard's and then someone else buys it and then they try to collect. So that's how they work.
Okay. I remember years ago, I was with a company to repair my credit. So they took over my my debts.
Okay.
So I don't know if this would be part of their legal action with the source
give him a
of
call.
this account. Okay.
Give him a call, see what you can find out. And meanwhile, today, no action. Hopefully you'll work it out. Hopefully maybe it's just an explanation and something that you took care of in the past. Maybe not. You just have to find out.
Okay.
Okay,
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you.
Judge.
Have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye-bye.
Okay, any more? All right, Mr. Daniels, I think we can get started here.
Okay.
All right. Number 2, CL 181136D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Daniel Alanis. Court will note that Daniel Alanis is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may begin, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my name is Darwin Gaines. I'm attorney for the plaintiff in this case, Your Honor, and we're seeking judgment in the amount of $1,012.46. This is as the court to take judicial notice of the file. This is concerning an account that the defendant has opened up and it failed to pay completely. All offsets and credit have been assessed on the account, Your Honor. And Your Honor, in the court's file, there should be an affidavit of the account. There should be a certificate of last known address, a non-military declaration, any affidavits related to the account, as well as any backup showing that there was a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitations period. Also, statement showing that there was the proving up the amount, and we're requesting judgment, Your Honor.
All right, court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature.
Thank you.
Next one, seal 182059D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Lorena Flores. Court will note that Lorena Flores is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my name is Darwin Gaines. I'm attorney for the plaintiff in this case, Your Honor. We thank the court for taking judicial notice. Your Honor, we're asking the court for a judgment in the amount of $2,961.77. In support of said judgment, Your Honor, we ask the court, there should be in the court's file a certificate of last known address, also a non-military declaration. There should be an affidavit related to the account, as well as any bill of sales related to the account. There should be a statement proving up the amount of damages, and also a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, and we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature.
Thank you,
Seal 182098D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Josue Ayala. Court will note that Josue Ayala is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my name is Darwin Daniels. I'm attorney for the plaintiff in this case, Your Honor. Your Honor, thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. We're asking for judgment in the amount of $2,582.48, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, we should have a certificate of last known mailing address, also a non-military declaration, affidavit of the account, Your Honor. There should also be a bill of sale of the account, Your Honor, a statement proving up the amount of damages, as well as a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, Your Honor, and we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff or relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Then the next one is Marisa Paloma. We're going to skip that one. We already did that one. And next is CL 182898D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Janie Ortiz. Court will note that Ortiz is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my name is Darwin Daniels, and thank the court for taking judicial notice. Your Honor, we're asking for the judgment in the amount of $1,141.56, Your Honor. Your Honor, in support of the judgment, there should be a certificate of last known mailing address and also a non-military declaration on file with the court. There should be an affidavit of the account. There should be a bill of sale of the account and statement showing the amount of damages in the case, as well as statement showing that the payment was in the statute of limitation period, Your Honor. And we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
All right, court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff or relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. CL 183069D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Sagrario Esparza. Court will note that Esparza is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're asking, thank the court for taking judicial notice of the file. Your Honor, we're asking for a judgment amount of $837.67, which includes a credit that was paid of $2 in this case, Your Honor. Your Honor, in support of said judgment, there should be a certificate of last known mailing address on file with the court, as well as a non-military declaration, affidavit of the account, Your Honor. There should also be a bill of sale of the account on file with the court, as well as a statement proving up the amount of damages, as well as a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period. And we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
All right, court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff or relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. CL 183137D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Miguel Peña. Court will note that Peña is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, my name is Darwin Gaines. I'm thank the court for taking judicial notice of the file, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're asking for a judgment amount of $1,173.44, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, Your Honor, we ask the court take notice that there should be a certificate of last known mailing address, as well as a non-military declaration, Your Honor, affidavit of the account, a bill of sale of the account on file with the court, Your Honor. There should also be a statement proving up the amount of damages, as well as a statement showing up the payments in the statute of limitation period. And we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await default judgment for signature.
Thank you, Your Honor.
CL 183249D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Guadalupe Bautista. Court will note that Bautista is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, in this case, thank the court for taking judicial notice of the file. We're asking for the judgment in the amount of $7,443.79, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, Your Honor, there should be a certificate of last known mailing address, also a non-military declaration, Your Honor. There should be an affidavit of the account, Your Honor, any bills of sale related to the account, Your Honor. There should be a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, and also a statement showing the actual damage, Your Honor. And so we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Court will go ahead and grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await default judgment for signature. All right, let's see here. CL 183277D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Robert Rojas. Court will note that Robert Rojas is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, thank the court for taking judicial notice of the file, Your Honor. We're asking for a judgment amount of $5,762.67, Your Honor. Your Honor, in support of said judgment, we ask the court to take judicial notice of the certificate of last known mailing address, also non-military declaration, Your Honor. There should be an affidavit of the account, Your Honor, as well as any bills of sales of the account, Your Honor. There should be a statement proving up the actual damage, as well as a statement proving up that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period. Then we ask for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Court will grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. Next case, CL 183370D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Monica Y. Sandoval. Court will hereby note that Sandoval is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court will take judicial notice of the entire file. You may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we thank the court for taking judicial notice of the file. We ask for the court to take. We ask for seeking a judgment of $2,080.86, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, there should be a certificate of last known mailing address. Also, there should be a non-military declaration, Your Honor. There should be an affidavit on file with the court, as well as any bills of sales of the account. There should be a statement showing, proving up the actual damages, as well as a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, Your Honor. And we're asking for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. The next one is Jaime Cantu Ortiz. We already did that one. So we skip now to CL 183798D, and that'll be Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Cesar Gomez Jr. Court will note that Cesar Gomez Jr. is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. And we're seeking a judgment of $1,315.31, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, there should be a certificate of last known mailing address, also a non-military declaration, Your Honor. There should be a statement, affidavit of the account, as well as any bills of sales of the account. There should also be a statement showing that the proving up the actual damages, as well as a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, Your Honor, and we're asking for judgment in this case.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. Next one is Antonio Leal Flores. We did that one already. And so we skip over to number 15, CL 184390D, Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Paulina Tamez. Court will note that Paulina Tamez is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. Your Honor, we ask for judgment in the amount of $4,982.58, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, Your Honor, we ask the court to take notice that there should be a certificate of last known mailing address as well as a non-military declaration. Your Honor, there also be a state affidavit of the account as well as bills of sale of the account. Your Honor, there should be in the court file a statement proving up the amount of actual damages as well as a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, Your Honor, and we're asked for judgment in this case.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. Seal 184491D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Alejandro Barrera. Court will note that Barrera is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, we ask for thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. And Your Honor, we ask the court for seeking judgment amount of $1,977.93, Your Honor. And that includes a credit of $100 that the defendant has paid. Your Honor, in this case, we ask the court that there should be a certificate of last known mailing address on file with the court as well as a non-military declaration. There should also be an affidavit of the account as well as a bill of sale of the account. There should be a statement showing the actual damages in this case, as well as a statement showing there was a payment in the statute of limitation period. And we're asked for judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Court will grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. Number 17, seal 184742D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Rodolfo Cirlos and Varinia Cirlos. Court will note that none of the Cirlos are in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, in this case, thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. We're seeking judgment in this case of $2,109.53, Your Honor. Yeah, in support of said judgment, Your Honor, we ask the court that there should be a certificate of last known mailing address on file with the court. There should be a non-military declaration. Also, there should be an affidavit of the account, Your Honor, as well as any bills of sales of the account, Your Honor. There should also be a statement showing the amount proving up the amount of actual damage, as well as statement showing that there was a payment in the statute of limitation period. And we're asking judgment in this case, Your Honor.
All right. Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Seal 184771D, Portfolio Recovery Associates, LLC versus Juan Reina. Court will note that Juan Reina is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. We're seeking a judgment amount of $788.09, Your Honor. Your Honor, in support of said judgment, we ask the court to take notice that there was a certificate of last known mailing address, non-military declaration, Your Honor. There's an affidavit of the account, Your Honor, also as well as any bills of sales related to the account, a statement proving up the amount of actual damages, as well as a statement proving that there was a payment in the statute of limitation period, and we're seeking judgment in this case, Your Honor.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. Seal 186460D, JH Portfolio Debt Equities LLC, assignee of Citibank, Diamond Perforay versus Maura Mata. Maura Mata. Court will note that Mata is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. We ask the court that we're seeking a judgment amount of $1,760.57, Your Honor. In support of said judgment, Your Honor, we'd ask the court there should be a certificate of last known mailing address, also a non-military declaration. There should be an affidavit of the account as well as any bills or sales related to this account. And there should be a statement proving up the amount of actual damages, as well as a statement proving that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period. And we're seeking judgment on this case, Your Honor.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await a default judgment for signature. And I think we're heading for the last one here.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see. We're finally here. We're finally going to score a touchdown here, man. We're on the 1-2 yard line, and we're about to go in the end zone with this last case right here, man. Okay, hope I don't fumble the ball. CL 186885D Portfolio Recovery Associates LLC versus Guadalupe Hernandez. Court will note that Hernandez is not in the waiting room. Therefore, court takes judicial notice of the entire file, and you may proceed, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, thank you for taking judicial notice of the file. We're seeking judgment amount of $3,455.68, Your Honor. Your Honor, we're in support of said judgment, Your Honor. There should be a certificate of last known mailing address on file with the court. There should also be a non-military declaration, as well as the affidavit of the file, as well as the bill of sale of the account, Your Honor. And there should be a statement proving up the amount of actual damages, as well as a statement showing that there was a payment within the statute of limitation period, Your Honor, and we're seeking judgment in this case.
Court will hereby grant default judgment in favor of plaintiff. Court will grant plaintiff all relief requested here in open court or in its petition. Court will await for a default judgment for signature. Anything else, Mr. Daniels?
No, Your Honor, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and you stay safe and have a great day, okay, sir?
Thank you. You too now. You take care now, Your Honor.
Yes.